While the number of coronavirus cases continues to rise globally, another epidemic has been wiped out, which may offer a lesson in tackling the coronavirus too. The Democratic Republic of Congo has announced the end of an Ebola outbreak in the west of the country, even as the farmer giants debate the challenges of storming a promising COVID-19 vaccine at extremely low temperatures, and a similar deep frozen vaccine managed to reach hundreds of thousands and help to curb Ebola. Here's a report.
With the recent announcement from pharma giants like Moderna and Pfizer, all of us are clinging to the hope of an effective vaccine against COVID-19 to be available soon. But the challenges of distribution and cold storage have now posed hurdles for many developing countries, including India. For instance, the vaccine being developed by Pfizer requires storage at -70 degrees Celsius. But a story of hope has now emerged all the way in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where the health minister has announced the end of an Ebola outbreak in the west of the country, one that had infected some 130 people and killed 55. The outbreak was brought under control with an Ebola vaccine, which also needed to be stored at low temperatures of -60 to -80 degrees Celsius. The logistics handling is now serving as a handbook for a promising vaccine against coronavirus as well.
The challenges during 11th epidemic were essentially logistical because the epidemic spread to 13 very remote health zones in a rural setting in the equatorial forest with very difficult access.
So how did the DR Congo store the vaccine at extremely low temperatures? The answer to this riddle is a technology called Arctic or super thermos. These are insulated cylinders which can keep things cold for a week at a time with no external power source. This may well be the game changer in distribution and storage of a coronavirus vaccine, particularly in low-income developing countries. In India, for instance, such a cylinder may help in bringing the vaccine to far-flung villages with no electricity. Each cylinder costs around $2,000 and can carry more than 500 doses. These tanks are reusable and portable enough to be transported on bikes or boats. The global race for a vaccine against coronavirus has declared a few frontrunners. Countries are now scrambling to prepare cold chain logistics and supply chains. For instance, hospitals across the US are also trying to get their hands on ultra-cold freezers to store these vaccines. The challenges of distribution and storage are still huge. But the fact that some of the poorest parts of the DR Congo are now Ebola-free gives us good reason to hope that we may well be able to defeat the coronavirus after all. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
Co-presented by Skoda. Simply clever.